So we have to talk about AVANTIS because we had a nasty pullback all the way down to about $1.40, where we have just recovered to about $1.50. But we got to talk about this because apparently a lot of people were not reading in between the lines on the chart. So we're going to talk about what exactly happened here. Anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight into it. So let's talk about AVANTIS. And before we even go over this, it does seem like a lot of people in the comments, not even a lot, just a few people in the comment section might have skipped through my video and just skimmed through it. But I want to show some important areas where I was telling you guys, hey, it wasn't confirmed that we were going to be bullish. There was a lot of bearish signals. So let's go ahead and play this video. I think that just because based off of the pure hype that is going on with AVANTIS, that we are probably going to break out towards the upside just based off of pure hype. But technically, it's very, very neutral right now. So as you can see there, I said technically it's very, very, very neutral, and I was leaning more towards the bear side. So I'll keep letting this play here. But leaning closer to the bear side. So technically, neutral, leaning closer to the bearish side, but fundamentally, with all the hype. So yeah, you know how Alex Pereira does that when he knocks someone out, right, on UFC. But yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about right now. Anyways, I was telling everybody, look, completely bullish, fundamentally with all the hype, right? Yeah, so, fundamentally all hype. So yeah. Anyways, this thing was moving off of pure hype, and it was inside of a symmetrical triangle, if I can speak. And I also mentioned at the beginning of the video here that this wasn't a confirmed bullish symmetrical triangle because of how it started. And now we're going to have this breakout because this is supposed to be a symmetrical triangle, right? That is what this wedge pattern is supposed to indicate, but really it's supposed to be starting here. So this wedge pattern is supposed to start right here, but it's starting back here. So this might not be a confirmed bullish confirmation. So anyways, as you can see there, I was saying I was leaning more towards the bears because technically it should be dropping. It should be crashing actually, technically. But fundamentally, it had so much hype that it just kept going, but things can never go forever. So anyways, that is pretty much what I was talking about yesterday. We came out of this pattern and when we got bull trapped. So we came out and then it got bull trapped and then it started to crash from there. And I also mentioned in previous videos that $1.50 was solid support. So that's exactly what happened there. Now, let's talk about what I believe is going to happen now. And for those that don't know, AVANTIS is just like a DeFi trading platform on Base, one of the largest ones on Base outside Aerodrome Finance. So yeah, AVANTIS is an absolute beast. You guys should definitely look into it. I have a lot of videos on it, so you can just watch some of those. But let's talk about what I think is about to come next here, because AVANTIS is down 20% in the last 24 hours, still up 418% in the last 14 days. AVANTIS is about to give back some more of these gains, and I'm just trying to tell you guys this, okay? 395 million inside of market cap, 1.1 billion in trading volume. I think that this thing is still super bullish for the long term, but right now this is the pullback period. And I was also telling everybody, look, we were pumping so much because our trading volume was so high and it just kept going and going and going. But I was saying it's eventually going to stop because the trading volume is slowing down. We had 6 billion, 6.6 billion, even 7 billion trading volume at the peak for AVANTIS, right? 7 billion trading volume is no joke, especially when the market cap was only 500 million. So I knew when that trading volume drops and it starts to go down, we're going to start to see the price go down as well. So that's exactly what's happening right now in AVANTIS. So yes, let's look at this. So first of all, I think we might even come down here to about $1.30. Well, technically this level is $1.28 technically, but I'm gonna just say $1.30. But anyways, $1.28, $1.28. All right. So we should be coming down to $1.28 here inside of AVANTIS. And for one, the percent R trend exhaustion is showing that the trend is oversold, and it is oversold to the downside. But notice how the long-term trend is down here, but the short-term trend still has to come down as well. So there is a possibility And usually when it comes down here, it squeezes and then it pumps, right? Something similar like this, squeezes and then pumps. So this has to come all the way down. Well, it doesn't have to, but it could. But I do think if we are going to continue to come down, we should see about $1.28 to $1.30. That's going to be a pretty good support level. That's our next Fibonacci. And then the next support after that is about $1.05. But I don't think it'll be that bad. But anyways, there is a possibility that we do see AVANTIS coming down a little bit more because of that. And also the MACD is selling off here. You can see the selling pressure coming in. But there is a possibility again that it could come back to the upside if we get some good news in the crypto market and then the overall crypto market pumps. If the overall crypto market pumps based off of peer hype, I think AVANTIS will probably end up doing the same thing. So that's something that you should also be aware of. As for the hourly chart, it's only a matter of time before this thing recovers. And I can see it right now, like it's almost ready to, but not quite yet. That's why I say watch out for $1.30 because it's not quite yet to come back, but it could do it at any moment now, right? And this blue bar here is setting up for that reversal. So when we see the blue bar and then it has that blue up arrow at the end of it, that is indicating that we're going to have a reversal when that blue up arrow comes. Just like the red down arrow up there indicates the reversal to the downside, the blue up arrow indicates the reversal to the upside, and we're actually about to have it, but it's going to take a little bit more time. That's why I'm saying watch out for that $1.30 level because there's a possibility it could pull back a little more. So yeah, and you can kind of see sellers are coming in a little bit. So yeah, there's a possibility that it could pull back more, even though we are oversold. I'll be honest there, we are oversold looking at the MACD and percent our trend exhaustion. Both of them are oversold. The 2-hour chart looks like it's ready to recover, right? And you can see the buyers are starting to come back in, but it still looks like a little bit more damage to the downside. It could happen a little bit more pullbacks to the downside, especially when you look at the percent R trend exhaustion. The long-term trend has not yet came down here to meet the short-term trend. So I think that a little bit more of a pullback is only right. So I think that there's still that possibility, still that small possibility of, not even small possibility, a great possibility for it to continue down to about $1.30. And then if we broke that, we would be looking at about $1.05. But right now, I'm just looking at $1.30. So be wary of that. Be very cautious of that. You could buy some now, but honestly, I don't think it's pulled back enough. I don't think it's pulled back enough. I think $1.30, $1.28 is where people should really be looking at, especially just when you look at all the charts here, they all are leaning towards the same direction. And then when we look at the 15-minute chart, we just started a whole new selling volume area here. So I think that a little bit more down to the downside is possible. And then the percent R trend exhaustion on the 15-minute chart too. But look at how the long term is just staying here at the bottom, the long-term trend. And then the short-term trend went up temporarily and then immediately back down. So if the long-term trend on the 15-minute chart stays low here, that's going to indicate more selling pressure, bringing us down to $1.30. And hopefully it doesn't break that, but if it does, $1.05. But yeah, just get ready. AVANTIS is still going to be bullish in the long term. AVANTIS was one of the strongest, I think it's actually the strongest project that ever launched on Base. Like it had the strongest push that ever launched on Base, especially having 7 billion in trading volume while only having 600 million inside of market cap. So that is very, very impressive. 7 billion trading volume, 600 million market cap, very impressive. But anyways, that's all I got for AVANTIS. I do think AVANTIS is going to do well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe. Go ahead and become a member of the channel if you guys want me to go over any projects for you that at least has some volume or market cap, a good market cap. Then go ahead and join and become a member of the channel, and I'll go ahead and go over different projects for you. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with another video.